Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the penultimate day of action at the Hero Junior World Cup in Delhi. And we are here for the match between England and Spain to decide who finishes 13th and who finishes 14th. Wonderful view over the top of the stadium from the far side, but the supporters are here for both sides, and the two sides that qualified 5th and 6th, the last two qualification spots from the Junior Euro Hockey Nations Championship in Belgium last year, are coming face to face here in Delhi. When they met in Belgium, it was a 4-4 draw, but England qualified just above Spain, courtesy of their other results. Right, both sides are out on the park. Let's have the national anthem, starting with that of England. Well, if you didn't join us earlier in the tournament and were wondering why none of the Spanish players were singing, well, the Spanish national anthem, one of the few, if not the only, national anthem that doesn't have any words to it. So they weren't being disrespectful, it's just the way it is. So England against Spain, two sides that would have hoped to have finished higher up the rankings than they will do, but they've got one last chance to finish on a high. This is the lineup that England are sending out, and you'll notice they're one shy on the substitutes bench. Arjan Drayton-Chana hasn't recovered from the injury picked up in the first match against South Africa, but the leading goal scorer, number 16, Luke Taylor, 3 penalty corners to his name. England have scored 11, conceded 9. Well, there is their coach, John Bleeby, former Olympian representing Great Britain in Beijing. And the last team talk for Andrew Bull, the number 8, the skipper of England, before a match. Now, let's have a look at Spain. They have a full 18 to choose from, but they are the third lowest scoring team in the competition with just 6 to their name, and those 6 have been shared around. 5 amongst the players and 1 own goal. They have conceded 9. And there is their head coach, David Arnau, who has been fairly animated throughout on the coach's bench, and I'm sure we'll get much of the same here today. 2 umpires from Germany, Mike Herwig, and he's blowing on the far side of the park as we look down from our commentary position, and our number 1 camera position, and David Tomlinson of New Zealand will be blowing on the near side. So as the camera pulls out from India Gate, you will see how close the National Hockey Stadium is Here we are ready to go in the last match at this Hero Hockey Junior World Cup for both England and Spain. And it is James Gould and England who get this game underway. Attacking the goal to our right-hand side, England in the change of white shirts, blue shorts and blue socks. Spain in the all red with the flashes of yellow. And alongside me in the commentary box for this one is David Faulkner, 8 years the high performance coach for Great Britain and an Olympic gold medalist in hockey at the '88 Seoul Olympics. David, good afternoon, and two sides that know each other well.
Yeah, and that will be the case today. A lot of them have played at under 16, under 18 level.
And the first shot comes in from Albert Beltran, and Harry Gibson has to make a good save with the right kicker. Gonzalez de Castellon wins the free hit. Bull with a very strong challenge wins the free hit. Yeah,
so both teams familiar with each other. I think they'll both be disappointed to be playing in this position.
So just to interrupt, there's Arjun Drayton Chana. I spoke to him in the lift in the hotel. He was hoping to get back before the end of the tournament, but it obviously wasn't to be for him.
Yeah, so we've got...
And a steal here, and England starting very laxly.
Yeah, and most probably Spain is setting the tempo, or are setting the tempo very quickly. I think both teams disappointed where they are, but they are where they are. Most probably with England, the loss against South Africa in the first game really set the tone and never really recovered. Spain, same, lost to France 4-2, and look now where France are. I think they're both looking to finish on a high. Just look where they are. Spain, you know, not much funding now after funding cuts from the government there around their sport, and very little preparation here. England, maybe a mix of a few injury issues when they first started, and most probably didn't get that balance to their side, and most probably that's where they've been fighting for, and a little bit of confidence. But I think this game will be pretty close.
Yeah, the England lost to South Africa, all the more painful because South Africa only scored 3 goals in the competition, and 2 of them against England.
And if you see the stats from the game, you wouldn't believe the result of 2-1.
Gonzalez running up against Bull, half a touch in the defence, and Iglesias was threatening, but it's... I was going to say 16, but Mike Terry,
long corner.
Yeah, changes his mind for the better, I believe. Spain have the long corner. Having to take it is Albury. Albury gives away the long corner, which Spain will take, and Iglesias with it again. Parente trying to twist and turn, but there again is Albury.
And I think the point about just following on from the stats, you know, it's no question, and if you talk to those teams in the tournament, pretty surprised both these sides are where they are, in particular England, where the number of chances they've created this tournament, but as we've seen, it's all about finishing them, and that's where most probably they have let themselves down.
Spain looking to attack down this left flank. Neats 1-2s, but eventually England win back possession. Santana can't bring it under control. And one player that stood out for me for Spain is their number 4, Ricardo Sanchez, in the centre of defence. He's had an absolutely cracking competition. Really solid defending, patrols in front of the back threes. He's a high sweeper for them. And here comes Spain again. And it's through now, and Gibson's in trouble, and Gibson can't keep it out, and Spain, who started the brightest, take an early lead. It's England 0, Spain 1.
It was a bit lapse, and with the England turned over the ball, the ball went down to the baseline but lifted, and he just finished it nicely on his reverse stick. Gibson was very unfortunate. He did get his stick to it, but as this ball goes through, it's lifted up. 2 England players go for it and both miss. And there we are, and Gibson, very unfortunate, nearly creeped past the post.
It was Bull and Taylor that both went with it, and yes, Gibson very unfortunate. But Albert Beltran has his second goal of the competition, and 5 minutes into the piece, England are behind. It's England 0, Spain 1.
Just following on, I know you mentioned just then about Sanchez, but it always staggers me that Spain, even though they're having a few tough times at the moment with funding, with withdrawing from Champions Trophies, Champions Challenges and indoor hockey in Europe, they're still, with a small player base, 7,000, 8,000 players, still produce these high-quality hockey players. You know, yeah, slightly more than Korea, but they're still being able to compete at high level, high world level hockey for over 20 years.
Well, England find themselves behind yet again. And they're going to have to try and turn this one around. They led actually against South Africa, went 2-1 down. They were 2-0 up against New Zealand, got pegged back to 2-2. Malaysia, that was a bad day at the office for the England team, and lost that one 4-2. They were 1 down against Egypt, came back to win 6-1. They can turn it around, but Spain a completely different proposition to that of Egypt.
And reminding the viewers that Spain in their pool, they had Argentina and Australia and France to compete with. So, you know, when they were competing in their pool, their games were very tight, and similar to England, the fine margins of the format of this competition.
Yeah, you mentioned the first round loss, the first game loss to France, then it was a 2-0 loss to Australia, a 1-0 loss to Argentina, for a 3-2 victory over Canada in the playoff match. And that's a sharp turn, really sharp turn from Lopez Alonso. Perhaps a little unfortunate not to get the hit. Bull.
I think England will be looking a lot to Bull and Roper today. Phil Roper, I think, has had a particularly good tournament, but there's a few other players need to step up to support them in the roles they're playing.
Well, there is Roper on the far side, injecting the ball to Goodfield. Goodfield losing possession. Yeah, good take from Bull. You've got to be careful there, just took the hand off the sticking, a little push. Now, there we are now. Having word with his substitutes, and out they come. Four of them, all 6 of them in fact.
Bit more patience from England as well, but their core skills are going to be better. But also, if we look at the possession at the moment, most of the play has been in the last third to last half of the Spanish attacking half, and we've not seen much in the last third from England at this stage.
Space on this right-hand side for Taylor. Taylor drops it back out. Griffiths to Bull. One touch down the line. It's a nice touch. Let Spain get it away. Here goes Gonzalez. He's really quick. But so is Creed, who's trying to get back. And Griffiths thinks he's won the ball fairly, but no, says umpire Mike Herwig on the far side. Ball into the circle is a dangerous one, and Taylor has to get a stick on it, and he does, because behind him was Bolto. Taylor up against Gonzalez. And Taylor does well, finding the foot of Llorens.
You see there with Spain, any opportunity, they manipulated the ball really well around the back and got in that attack down into the right-hand side. But again, they can take advantage of the significant pace they have down either flank.
Roper drops it back out. Taylor sees it bobble over his stick. And, not a good start to this match for England, a decent start for Spain.
I think we've seen through the tournament those teams that can really reduce those unforced errors. whether it's a slap around the back or it's a missed trap or just a lax pass. If they can reduce that amount, then they're back in games. But it's the turnover side of the game that's the real issue.
Barrington losing possession on the England left. Spain will build it round the back.
Both teams are setting up quite deep to defend, so they're going, I wouldn't say half court, but 5-10 yards over the halfway line. That's how both teams are setting up at the moment. It's been warm in Delhi today, so they may be taking that into consideration as well.
Also, I mentioned this in the first game, it's a tiring format, isn't it? It's day 8 of competition, 5th game. It's pretty intense stuff.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, for these two groups, most probably it's been quite tough mentally as well as physically, you know, with expectations coming to the tournament, playing on a game that they didn't expect to play in.
Griffiths turns it behind for the long corner. One needs to be 5. Santana can take it again. Roper does well, but there's no one in front of him. He's got support over the left-hand side. That is the highest England player in the park. Now Roper goes a little bit further up, but all that energy is wasted as Proctor gives possession back. Chance for Spain. What a fine save from Harry Gibson away to his right-hand side. This time he gets a bit of luck.
Yeah, he did. A chance from Spain that came from another turnover.
Now Proctor over to the left-hand side. That's better. Barrington and towards Albury, who tries to deflect it past the Spanish goalkeeper. Let's have another look at this.
Yeah, so he came in, he took that and he just slayed it off for his backhand, took that, and that was a great save from Gibson there. He read that really well.
Makada with the shot, but Sam French has picked up a green card. That's only England's 3rd green card of the tournament. Discipline has been good. The 1-2. A number of 1-2s going in, and Faulkner's got to be a little careful as he tries to put the jab tackle in. This is Lorenz. Still going Lorenz. And England get it clear. Well, no, they don't. They've given it back again. Llorente drops it out. Ursul. Lorenz. Sanchez. And Taylor's there to deflect it away for a sideline ball.
Because Spain are keeping possession so well, England are always playing from such a deep position.
Here they go again, and a penalty corner off Taylor. And the body language not great already for England, and we're 13 minutes into the piece.
Well, it was a quick restart, and he took it very quickly, came in inside just along the baseline, and just dinked it over Taylor's stick onto the foot.
Good work from Albert Beltran. 2 penalty corners scored for Spain in this competition. Alvaro Iglesias and Jorge Llorens, numbers 19 and 20. And Llorens is there. I think the Frutos is to the left. The Frutos is the left hand of those two. Llorens to the right. Going to be De Frutos. No, it's not. Llorens. Deflection off an England stick.
There was some slight movement at the top of the D. They set up 2 castles, but you could see very quickly they were always going to slip that to the left with the drag flick. Too high. And Gibson. So you see the 2 cuts. A good push out. Goes to the right to slip inside. And I think it was Sharp really did well to get a stick to there. So just the slip there, Sharp's forehand over the bar.
Gibson keeps his goal intact.
And England decided now to come out and press a bit higher up the field.
Well, look at that, almost 2/3 possession in the opponent's half for Spain as England go hunting. Consequently, more circle penetrations, and I don't remember England having a shot, but they have one possession high up the park. Good field. Takes it himself and loses out, but England win it back again. Sharp. Farrington with a free hit. Speed was perfect. It was just lacking a little bit of direction. Albury able to bring it under control.
Notice with Spain, actually, in their substitutions, they're substituting 3 or 4 at the same time.
They've got another chance here, Spain! And the lack of pace on the shot gave Gibson enough time to get across his goal. I say shot, it was more of a deflection. But Gibson by far the busier of the two keepers. De Frutos, the captain, brings it forward, drops it back out to Margotha. Margotha to Ursel. Sanchez drops it back to Ursel. This is Gonzalez. Gonzalez misses, and almost taking advantage of it is Fares.
I think free hit goes further back. I think it may have hit a foot before that pass was made.
Right idea.
I think England just need to settle a little bit. Spain have put a really heavy dominance on this game straight away, and they've just got to slow down, put a bit more patience in and get some kind of linkages going up the field.
Almost a great ball from Faulkner up the line, but she's just fading away. Goodfield couldn't keep it in. Goodfield just over-committing. Good work from Santiago Margosa.
They've done that really well this game so far. Just the little layoffs, 1-2s that you've seen. That's about the 3rd or 4th time we've seen that now.
Gonzalez trying to make some space. Gonzalez wins the penalty corner, given from the disengaged umpire David Tomlinson.
Starting from the layoff here, the ball's just inside the D. He's nowhere, so he's actually going to commit the defender. Came off the England stick onto a foot.
Brendan Creed, number 12 for England. So De Frutos is there, but also Mercado now to his left.
And again, both teams would have seen themselves, watched each other on the video from the previous games. So England would be aware they do set up a double castle. It's just the options they have from that double castle.
Mercado nearest the camera, De Frutos further of the two. Mercado, and it's gone in. Now Gibson's gone the wrong way. It must have taken a deflection, I'm guessing, just from the keeper's reaction. But it doesn't matter because it's England 0, Spain 2.
So it came out to the castle on the left and went across Gibson, and most probably just came off his glove. Whether he saw it very late behind the number 1 runner, I'm not sure.
Well,
so from behind the goal, there's a better sign from there. Came through. He may have just lost the line of it from the number 1 runner in front of the ball.
Just a misjudgment. And it's 2-0. Mercado with his second goal of the competition. 15 minutes into the game. So England have to knuckle down here. They need the next goal. And again, blanket substitutions from Spain, 5 this time. Who's to argue with the tactic the way this is going?
And England are just missing out on these 1v1s where Spain are actually just looking to lead the ball through from the back line into midfield or direct to the forward line. Those one-on-ones where that ball is loose, Spain are taking it.
There's no midfield for England at all. Absolutely no one in midfield. Roper's now there, but to get from back to front with no midfield, there's one England player in a third of the park.
They've pushed up now. I think Goodfield felt he got a nudge then in the back, that's why he lifted up, but even with that presence he should be able to just take the ball in its stride.
Spain looking particularly comfortable right now, but if you've been with us throughout the competition, you'd have seen 2-goal leads disappear in the blink of an eye. And if you were with us last night, Germany, of all teams, threw away a 3-goal lead against the Dutch in the semi-final. Okay, they managed to recover enough to score 2 goals in the last 5 or 6 minutes to win the semi-final 5-3, but it is possible. The Dutch scored 2 goals in less than 45 seconds last night to really shake the game up.
Spain are making England work really hard at the moment, and it's just down to the fact less unforced errors and core skills in terms of the receiving and making a pass.
And decision making on the pass, and that pass was not on. More patience required. Have another look at this goal, out it comes. No, he's just missed it, hasn't he,
yeah.
Harry Gibson?
And I wonder with the number 1, the ball came very close off that right leg, just on the right thigh from there, and it most probably just lost sight. Because Gibson's had a good tournament.
He was trying to deflect it out of harm's way, wasn't he? But he just, well, just missed it. A few more players in midfield now for England. One of them is Faulkner, who drops it out all the way back to Bull. Taylor's to his right. Here is Taylor. Taylor cuts in field, the slip by the Spanish player gives him a bit more space and time.
I think John Bleavy would just like to see some of the players on the ball look at a forward option before they do go back.
Well, penalty corner as Spain put it out on purpose.
Bit more patience from England. Reverse stick here. It was picked off by the Spanish player, but Dean deliberate to knock the ball off the end of the pitch.
I'm not sure the Fritos had much option really, unless the keeper might have been able to clear it out the side.
Yeah, or if he had left it, then I think the umpire may have deemed it dangerous anyway.
That's not me. I don't fucking miss that shit.
So a first real chance or sighter at goal for England. Question is, can they make the keeper Mario Fernandez-Garin work as Spain make another wholesale changes?
I know in the tournament Spain have had a bit of illness as well, and I wonder if this is just to help them through their last game, just to keep the energy levels as high as they are.
Okay, so England with a chance. Put a shot in on goal. Taylor on the far side. And it's gone to Taylor, but the trap is a poor one. Faulkner, the backup, feeds it into the circle where Gould will try and get it across the face of goal. A snapshot from Banderak isn't taken cleanly. Bull across again, and a long corner as Alvaro Iglesias gets the ball behind.
It's a bit more like it from England in terms of making that intent going forward, looking for a punch of the ball.
Oh, Griffiths has missed that one. He's got support to his right in the shape of Farrington, but he wins the free hit. Gould. Put inside, and Gould has to work hard and does really well.
And just start, that's a bit better from England. Just a few small signs now about getting more competitive in these 1v1s around the field, and they've pushed Spain further back. Got to get the balance now, keeping the pace and their core skills better. Again,
Griffiths with a poor first touch, but he recovers again. Albury, Taylor, Griffiths is on if he wants. He's dropped it back out to Jonathan Gould. Jonathan Gould, Griffiths to his right. Gould's going to go to Taylor. And Spain pushing England back as Gould and Taylor play the 1-2s. Roper showing some positivity. Roper lays it back to Gould. Gould's got support in front of him. Here it is now. Can they get the shot away? They can, and the goal is scored. The deflection in the centre of the park by Chris Proctor. The first goal of the tournament for him, and England are back in the game.
Great work from Phil Roper here. Laid the ball off through to Albury, and then he put that ball right across. We talked about this tournament making the goal wider, and Proctor was there with his reverse stick in low, and in it goes. Very, very well executed.
So England needed the next goal. They've got it, and with 8 minutes to go in the first half, it's England 1, Spain 2. As you say, David, signs in the last 5 minutes of England being a bit more positive, a bit more aggressive, and just a willingness to take the game to Spain.
Yeah, I think, you know, when John Bleeby gets him in at half-time, I think that will be a real big message for them.
Gonzalez, not 5, so England get the hit. I think I've seen more of those decisions given today than I have in the previous 7 days of competition.
No doubt the umpires may have had another meeting last night, and that's normally what happens. They review what they've been doing, not blowing, or have been blowing, and most probably just looking at trying to put some level of consistency in.
Again, no England player in that middle quarter of the park, but they're there now. And it's only possible due to some nice skill by Goodfield. Roper, whose run really led to the first goal. Taylor, good take.
It's clear to me Spain are doing 5 to 6 substitutions every 5 minutes.
Here's Roper.
On block, which is normally you have the 1s and 2s going out, but they're doing that on block as groups.
Ball across, deflected behind by Sanchez. Long corner, England.
Not bad effort from Sharp there, just putting a bit of pressure on the Spanish in the D.
Nice ball out of defence, and San Martin quite under his control. Taylor to Griffiths, not for the first time. Griffiths' first touch let him down. That's 3 and a bounce now for the England number 3.
He was able to recover then.
His powers of recovery have been excellent so far, but I'm sure he'd like to focus his energy on just getting the first touch right. You can see England now starting to, well, now shading the possession in opponent's half, but still behind on penetrations. Just the 1 shot, 1 goal. So that's the conversion rate. More shots required.
They've worked very hard to get back in this game. Now they've just looked to try and capitalise on that.
Good field. Roper, he's got space to his right-hand side. This is Brendan Creed, but he can't find him. Bull's going to wind one up, I'm sure, here. No, well, they're going down the right-hand side. Johnny Gould. That's a high stick. Sanchez.
And that's a bit more like it from England. In the first 10-15 minutes, the Spanish forwards were getting away with things like that. Now they're starting to get the tackles in the midfield area.
Well, that touch has fallen kindly for England. The shot comes in. Oh, 2 swings and a miss.
I think Banderak was saying that actually may have hit a foot. But as you see, he comes in, they picked the ball out onto the baseline, played it through. Yeah, well, I think that's the right decision from the umpire because the ball was loose. I'm not sure what he was arguing about.
And Parente looked like he picked up a bit of a knot, but he's okay to continue. But decent signs for England towards the end of this first half. And the pressure is on, but equal to it. So Ursel gets it clear. Creed. Well, this time it's James Albury who can't trap the ball. Albury, got to be careful here. Well, Spain into the circle. And good defending. Gets the ball clear. Ball loses out to Parente.
That's the theme for the England this half, and that's the area they've really got to just turn around and just look at getting the ball tighter and tight, and just recognise situations when they need to keep possession.
Sanchez to the Frutos, back to Sanchez. Spain captain now. Frutos has a little look up and decides he's going to go back to Sanchez. And whereas England were being pushed back, Spain play the 1-2s and slowly make their way up the park as England change attack and drop off on their left flank, allowing Sanchez the space to advance. Gonzalez, last touch, and it'll be an England ball.
I think England, what they're doing is waiting for the ball to go one side or the other and then keeping that side. It's called a split. What they're trying to do is do like a split press.
Taylor to ball. Creed's to his right. Here is Creed. Creed winds one up. Well, makes its way through to Albury.
Just over 2 minutes to go. England would look, they're trying to create one more opportunity before the half time.
Into the corner it goes. The goal scorer Proctor. I'll keep it in. Wins a long corner. Goal. Creed. Creed's got some space. Goes for the ball into the circle, and the deflection of Sanchez almost lets England in.
I think that was Gonzalez who picked that up. There was an excellent bit of defending.
Final 90 seconds of the opening half. England 2 down within 20 minutes. But coming back into the game with some decent play. This is the last play. Let's have a look at it.
So came in here and Gonzalez picked that really well on his reverse stick, kept his eye on the ball. So I tell you, it isn't Gonzalez.
It's the Frutos, the captain.
Frutos, but that really good play.
Taylor. Nice one touch from Creed. This is Gall. Free hit inside the final minute. Good field to take it. Creed in support. Here is Creed. This is Taylor. Bull. Bull's first touch lets him down because Faulkner was all unmarked on the left flank for England, waiting to put the ball in, and the quick restart sees Parente trying to chase this one down, but he can't. Oh, twists and turns. And there you go. Lopez Alonso's picked up a green card. Seconds to go. The cry from the crowd. And, they keep it alive just, well, the ball needs to go into the circle. It's not going to happen in time for England here. And the touch, well, just outside the circle, goes into the Spain goal, but it doesn't count because, as I say, the touch was outside the circle, and that is the end of the opening 35 minutes. The 35 minutes in which Spain started brilliantly, got the early goal on the 5th minute through number 22, Alba Beltran. They doubled their lead when Luis Mercado put a penalty corner past Harry Gibson. But England back in the game, just courtesy of a Chris Proctor goal. 8 minutes from time. Gibson made a very good save with his right hand from one Spanish shot, but was possibly guilty of a mistake for the second goal. But at half-time, England are behind, but they've got a foothold in the game. It's England 1, Spain 2. Welcome back, everybody, to the Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium in New Delhi, India, where it's half-time in the final match for England and Spain in this Hero Hockey Junior World Cup. And at the half-time break, it's England 1, Spain 2. Beltran and Mercado giving Spain a 2-0 lead before Christopher Proctor got one back 8 minutes from the break to give England a foothold in the game. Don't forget our Facebook and Twitter addresses, facebook.com/FI Hockey, and our Twitter handle at FIH_hockey. The hashtag for this event HJWC. Let us know your thoughts on the competition, this game. Don't forget, we've got Pakistan, India coming up a little later on today, 8 o'clock local time. Who's going to win that one? Who's going to win this one? Let us know. Okay, let's have a look at some of the highlights from that opening 35 minutes. And in the first 20 minutes was all Spain on the front foot, winning all the 50-50s, and that was the opening goal for Bertrands. Comes up, Roper and Taylor, or Bull and Taylor, sorry, missed it. And then Bertrands put it past a diving Gibson, who fluffed his long lines somewhat with that penalty corner. You see here, just trying to deflect it away from danger, but just missed the ball. But a lovely run from Phil Roper, lovely skill, and then shifted around before the ball came in from Albury, and a little reverse stick deflection from Chris Proctor got England back in the match. From the camera behind the goal, you can see the good running from Proctor in front of the Spanish goalkeeper. And that is how the match looks in stats. England dominating possession in the opponent's half, but that really only came about in the final 10-15 minutes. Before that, Spain were totally dominant. Circle penetrations, well, England again coming into it more as the half wore on, but Spain with plenty more shots. 8 penetrations, 5 shots. 6 penetrations for England, just the 1 shot, but the 1 goal. And 1 green card apiece. For England, it was Sam French. For Spain, it was Pedro Lopez Alonso. Well, England fans on the far side will be hoping that their team can find a couple of goals to put them on the front foot and give them a victory in the last match. The Spanish fans will be hoping for just the same, but David Faulkner still alongside me here in the commentary box, and Spain worthy of their lead, I guess, based on the fact they had the better of the first half.
Yeah, they did. They had a very good first 15-20 minutes. Certainly for me, really trying to work through a lot of their 2v1s that they had attacking the last 23-metre area. And have just taken far more advantage of their circle penetrations to England. England have got the possession back. They've had to work very hard, put the patience in play. They've got to reduce their level of unforced errors they've got in the game at the moment to give them an opportunity to create far more from that circle penetration area. But Spain have shown, you know, the individual depth that they have in all their players across the field, and I do think the strategy of just swapping 5-6 players every time, I think that's reflected to a little bit of illness, trying to keep the energy levels high and compete against what is a good England team. There's no question there. They may be a little bit low in confidence and just dealing with playing in this last game, but both teams will want to get something out of this. Yeah,
you mentioned confidence. It was interesting. As soon as England got that goal, their tails were up, and for the final 8 minutes they were really pushing for the equaliser. Is it more so at this stage about confidence and getting that goal and just getting a bit of momentum?
Yeah, you know, because they would have set, you know, both these teams would have set goals going into this tournament. I'm sure there will be a stretch goal, a minimum goal, and something maybe in between. And when that's not quite achieved, then that most probably puts about a doubt in not only your own mind in playing, but also in your teammates. And I've been there, you know, when I used to play youth hockey, we were struggling to finish 7th and 8th, 9th in Europe, and you know, you just got to build that, and this is all part of their journey and their support aiming obviously towards international hockey.
Okay, so we're just about ready to go for the second half. Just 35 minutes remain for England and Spain in this competition, and it's Spain that get us underway, attacking the goal to our right-hand side. England trailing by a goal to 2.
And England have pressed hard immediately from the start.
Well, Spain are a man down, having picked up that green card at the end of the first half. And good turnover high up the park by Bull. Bull takes it quickly into the circle, goes the England captain. And good defence from Santana. Taken quickly. Griffiths to Creed. This is Farrington. Vanderat puts it back out to Creed.
A lot more pace on the ball now from England, which we didn't see in the first half.
No, he didn't at all. Gore trying to go round his man, Sedahima. England's good pressure doesn't come to anything just yet. This is 16, but the fans respond. Two misses, and Spain now get a chance to break out. This is Beltran. Oh, what a chance that was for Alvaro Iglesias, and from being under the cosh at one end, Spain almost making a 3-1 game.
England were very, very fortunate there, and I think they were fortunate that the backhand cross wasn't directed straight on the forehand. Well, it was, but he missed it. But it all came from two missed traps further, where Spain had given the ball, looked like they'd given the ball away, and it gone through two England sticks.
If you're John Bleeby and you see these blanket changes from Spain 5 or 6 at a time, just to say, look, make them run, lads, because they're obviously struggling a little bit health-wise.
Yeah, but I think that all comes down to how confident they are on the ball, and how well they keep possession and keep their level of errors down, because that will make Spain work hard.
Over the top it goes. Iglesias is chasing. He won't keep it in.
I think the umpire's just having a word. I think there was a late tackle in when there was some play in front of the main stand here.
Gonzalez Castellan, player just been spoken to. Creed, first time up the line. Nice 1-2. This is what Spain were doing at the start of the game. Roper on the reverse stick, and it comes. And the diving Proctor can't get a deflection this time.
Good work from French there. Just the last couple of minutes, the game's just got a little bit scrappy, and both sides not quite getting their stick on the ball.
Good ball across the park, and Sedahima makes it. Sedahima into the circle, and a penalty corner off the leg of Brendan Creed. Creed's pointing to his shin pad. Andy Ball's having a conversation with the umpire, but he's not going to change his mind.
It was a great release down the right, and as it came up here, I think it came off his stick up into his body. As you just watch here, Creed goes down low and up.
Just to see if that ball didn't just sneak out. But in real time, of course, it was very hard to say.
England have to defend the double castle again from Spain. And we've seen a straight flick and also a corner go to the right and then slipped for a drag flick which England got to.
De Frutos and Lorenz. The furthest of the two. This looks like it's coming to De Frutos. Going to the injector, and it does come to De Frutos, and the deflection is well saved by Harry Gibson. It was off, I think, Ricardo Sanchez.
Yeah, I think if the Spanish had sent 2 in for reverse 6 deflection, so it went out to the right trap, and if you just see the two Spanish players just coming in, and Gibson had played that really well.
It was actually off the England stick, wasn't it? Joe Sharp. Ball rifles one up, and Banderak comes to meet it and picks it up. Good field. Sharp.
Good initiative from Sharp there. I think just a few times there, the England players are taking the option back when actually it would be easy for them to actually just penetrate a few times carrying the ball.
Proctor trying to slip it underneath his shoulder to Roper. Well, there's a good take from Creed. Ball. Space on that right-hand side. Barrington. Top of the circle, Griffiths. Griffiths trying to go around the back. Sanchez with another good tackle.
Bit better from England, but some good defending from Spain there. As he went round, if you can just see that, good pick. That's a really good bit of defending from Sanchez. And I think you picked him out at the start of the game, and for me, he stood out in this game as well.
Had a great game against Australia. Phenomenal game. Yeah, they lost 2-0, but he was picking the ball everywhere. High press from England. Good work from Goodfield. Now, what can England do here? Barrington, across the circle it goes, and Spain don't panic and get it clear. And Beltran brings it away. Beltran's still going. Beltran's got players in front, but he's going to go all the way here. Beltran on the reverse stick, wide of the mark.
Good work from Beltran, some good defending from Ball there as well. Beltran has got the ability to just put pace in the game, just from some really deep areas. As you can see here, as he carries it across, he's run about 30 yards. Bull had defended him well and just put enough interference in and got his stick on it as well.
So 2 pieces of very good defending, one by Sanchez, one by Bull. As Creed finds goal outside. Two umpires just chatting to each other, talking about contact. Roper, Banderak. Just not enough pace on the ball from Roper to Banderak.
I think both teams are finding out as you climb nearer to top international hockey, trapping the ball first time, looking for early passes, the ability to, as you mentioned earlier, making decisions under pressure are really important.
Roper, now a chance for England. Griffiths trying to go round the back, draws the stick tackle, and then the penalty corner.
Penalty stroke.
Penalty stroke, sorry.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Spain are going to question whether going out to the video umpire.
If the deliberately goes in, it's a stick tackle, that's why it's a stroke. Okay? Easy. It's not a normal foul, it's inside the deliberate. Okay?
Well, they're not going to refer.
So Griffiths carried the ball round, and I heard the umpire say it was a stick tackle.
Well, stick tackle, and then he tries to hook it. Comes there. Parente with it. So it's Bull against Fernandez-Guerin.
Okay.
And Bull scores. England back on level terms. England 2, Spain 2. And it's all to play for in the remaining 25 and a bit minutes.
Well executed from Bull there. It was clear he made his decision where he was going to go. Goalkeeper did read it to go that side, but the pace was too great for him to get to.
If you'd been the Spanish captain, would you have preferred that?
Well,
being 2-1 up, 25 minutes to go.
It would have crossed my mind. I think the umpire was very clear that there was a stick interference that was blatant to stop us, and that's why the penalty stroke is given. It's a goal scoring opportunity. Interesting though, Griffiths was going towards the baseline, and I'm wondering whether he could have scored from there.
Well, I think he was looking for the cross rather than the shot, but anyhow, England won't complain. They're back on level terms, and now it's going to be interesting to see how Spain can respond. And England, who are 2 up against New Zealand, will peg back to 2-2. Now we're 2 down and drag themselves back onto parity. Now, having got here onto level terms, England now just need to play some solid hockey and not give Spain an opportunity. Taylor, dispossessed by Makada. This is Bolto.
Good work from Roper there. England got pressed slightly there, and most probably a better option was to get the pace out, to get the pace on the ball and outlet out from the other side.
Roper's come off, Sharp is on. Gonzalez. Gonzalez, he's got some pace on him, Gonzalez. But Bull takes the pick, but Gonzalez into the circle. Bull again, some great defending.
He recovered from his error where he tried to reverse stick the ball across to the right wing, didn't quite get hold of it. Very good defending again from Bull.
Cross comes in, chance here, and the keeper does well, but can't quite get it out from underneath his body. He's questioning the decision, but it won't be changed.
Okay. So win under.
And I think the ball was stuck underneath.
Right, it's underneath him. They can't play.
Underneath him, they can't play it.
I wonder how long it was underneath him for, though, because it fell nicely for the Spanish forward here. Came out, Gibson tried as quickly as possible. I think England will feel a bit hard done by there, because as Gibson takes it here, he moves very, very quickly. The Spanish forward is not trying to take the ball, even though he'd gone underneath Gibson with his stick.
So de Frutos and Llorens. And as we were saying, England needed some tight play. Well, here's a chance for Spain to go back in front. Llorens, good save, another good save, and Gibson survives.
Really good work from the postman. It was either Goodfield or Albury, actually, when they had the second shot in.
Oh, the ball across, and well, it's been missed by Makada.
So if we see now, goes to the left Castle, it's there. I think a combination of Albury and Gibson to pick that way, and Albury did really well to interfere. Watch this first one. A save from Gibson, but Albury did really well to get his stick on the ball with the Spanish forward at the same time.
Here is Albury. Freed. Dispossessed illegally by Parente. There's umpire Tomlinson. Just overrun by Beltran. Oh, and a loose ball in the park, which England get away with, and
All a bit scrappy in midfield, isn't it?
Gaul needs a couple of opportunities to get the ball away now. And Roper had some class to the situation.
Again, both teams not quite getting their ball in, get their stick on the ball in the midfield area, and it's just a little bit, you have a go, I have a go.
There we go again. Well, you can argue Lopez Alonso. Yeah, I was going to say, I think Lopez Alonso is coming on from a substitution, and he just ran straight in front of Bull. This time England managed to trap it deep in the corner. It's French. French on the reverse stick. Puts it up, put behind by Ursel. Long corner. Jonathan Gaul. To Bull. Bull to Taylor. Down that right hand
good
side.
shape from England. They kept their patience. Spain had gone really deep, and that was the only option really, is to pull up and come around the other side.
Just a little bit too far in front of Roper. And then working hard to win the ball back. That's a great tackle.
Clean take from Gaul.
James Gaul with a lovely little pick now. This is French. Proctor's on the stroke spot. Oh, they keep it alive just to Spain. Through Serahima.
So 15 gone. England have got back into it. They've just got to keep tight and tidy, whereas Spain still looking for those opportunities. They know they've got good pace for counter-attack as well. And so I think what we're going to see now is a really tight last 20 minutes. And as I said, as we said at the start, these two teams know each other really well.
Ball comes out of that one. Roper to his skipper, who's kept going. Bull inside. Roper's still to his left. Ball loses out to Sanchez once more. Good field hunting for the ball, but Serahima does well. Lopez Alonso wins the free hit. Still going, long corner. And with just about 3/4 of the way through this match, England 2, Spain 2.
Spain looking for that, they've sent a couple of forwards high, and they're looking for all the time, looking for that 1v1, just with either deflection or taking the pace of the ball to one side.
Gonzalez wins the free hit. But sharp, ball fired in. Not five.
Yeah, it didn't go 5. That's a bit better from England. That's the first time I've seen a pass through line to the midfield.
Here goes Proctor. Proctor in, and coming sliding at the far post was Sam French, or the near post, by the time he finished up, but he can't make the contact.
A good field through. Proctor took that across, and he just hit it off his back foot here. If you watch there, he laid his right foot down and nearly got the deflection in. French did very well to get in there, but it was also a very good bit of defending as well, just putting Sam French off.
Josep Fares with the defending. Griffiths tries to get ball away. Here is Jonathan Gall now, has a little look up. Gall plays it along the turf and, well, Proctor thought he was in, but first touch too heavy. Okay, let's have a look at the stats, see where we are. 55-45, England's favour, possession in the opponent's half. Circle penetrations, 10-14 in Spain's favour, and the shots, 3-8. So Spain dominating the stats, but not the scoreboard.
Proctor's really done some good stuff the last 2-3 minutes, getting on the ball and doing a lot of creation for England at the moment.
Sharp wins the free hit. Roper round the back. Phil Roper, can he find the pass? And they're referring it now. Let's listen to the question.
There was a shout from the few of the England players, don't do it.
Can you hear me? Yes, Mike, I'm in. Thank you. We have a question of the English team. They're asking if the ball comes from the hand stick to the body. Could you check that, please, for me?
Mike, I'm checking for the ball coming from the hand to the stick.
Yeah.
As Roper goes around the back here, he lays it back. And from that angle, I'm not sure if it did hit a body. So stick goes down, up.
Come off the thigh of Sanchez.
Yeah, it looks
there.
like it came up. So down he goes. And I think his body has stopped the momentum of the ball here.
Two changes of direction,
Yeah.
isn't that? The ball's going from a different direction. The video umpire of this one, Peter Wright from South Africa. Mike Owie totally blindsided. So very caught he sees. It's going to be 10 substitutions in a minute. They wait. There you go, look at that. 8 substitutions just about to happen. Or 10, sorry, 6 for Spain, 4 for England.
Mike, are you there?
Can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Mike, you can award a penalty corner. It has hit the body of the Spanish player.
Okay. So hit the Spanish player and the body, so it's a penalty corner.
So penalty corner for England. No protest from Sanchez.
So Proctor was pretty confident that there was a shout from the England team, not sure or don't know, but Chris Proctor was close enough to be confident to go for that call.
So Bill has the message of what's been decided. Roper and Taylor. Roper with the yellow shoes, Taylor with the blue and red ones, nearest the camera. Well, now, as you're looking down there, Taylor's to the right, Roper to the left, standing on the dotted line with the yellow shoes.
So identical to Spain with the double castle.
Taylor with 3 penalty corners to his name. It's gone to Taylor, but not for the first time. The ball bounces off down that end of the circle. Shot comes in, and it's wide.
You see, that was a wasted opportunity. I know we've seen it this tournament, the top end there, as the ball comes out, just flies just towards the end. Joe Sharp then was trying just to put the ball across goal, just didn't quite get the contact on it he wanted.
Well, if these two can't be separated after 70 minutes, we go to a shootout. 8 seconds from the 25 for the attacker to get the shot away. 1v1. It's a big aerial. And Albury not giving the Spanish defender Borja Lorenz enough space.
Spanish player deliberately left it then because they knew the two men were flying behind them to pick up the ball. They just mistrapped the ball.
Spain really being aggressive in their press. Albury. Screams from the Spanish bench that despite the three men around the ball, the left-hand side had not bothered to press and it was an easy ball out.
Again, you can see the Spanish running with the ball from deep.
Sanchez with the run that time. And again, that outlet across the park, Griffiths is on for England. Griffiths the ball up the sideline, could be picked up by James Gall.
So there's 12 on the clock now. I know Spain are looking, and they've sent their forwards high. They're looking for 1v1s at the back there to use their pace. And England just got to be patient and keep their shape as well. But they've had a number of opportunities if they can just make sure they reduce the number of errors, but also take advantage of the possession they've had.
Proctor in some space. It's got to go left here, you feel. It does go left. This is Roper. Roper's got Gall behind him. And the free hit goes the way of Spain.
Roper was penalised there for a stick block. So you see there.
England win possession back through Griffiths in the centre of the park. Proctor, well, he's won it back. Griffiths, can he get there? No, he can't. Sanchez is there once more for Spain. Proctor comes inside the two Spanish players and is dispossessed.
I think there's some tired bodies out there, and weary in mind and weary in body as well. But you know, they've got 10 minutes of their Junior World Cup left, and it could go either way.
He couldn't split them the Junior Euro Nations Championship. At the moment, you can't split them at the World Cup. Oof. Van der Eyck, the rash challenge. A chance here. Bolto still going, and Bull makes a great, attempt at the challenge, but he doesn't get a touch on the ball. It's run out.
But he put enough presence on the man on the ball to force the error.
Barrington, Taylor, Gall, Bull has Creed to his left. Here is Creed. Creed up the line. Van der Eyck not in front of his man. De Frutos gets there. So Gall wins possession, gives it into Proctor. Proctor back to Gall. Now England in round the back. and somehow they can't find it into the net. Good work from Farrington. Goal. Wow, brilliant play originally from James Gould, but somehow Fernandez Garrett keeps the ball out. Wow, the deflection from Sharp is a cheap penalty corner.
It is. It's Sanchez. You know, with the defence, they've done some fantastic defending, and then win a corner from an unforced error here, where he just mistrapped the ball. Spain defended the last piece of work here. So here's Proctor in here. Gould had taken it around the back. He was looking to put it across on a forehand. It was well picked on the back line there from number 20, the Spanish number 20. Then Farrington had the ball on the ball. He just dinked the ball lovely back in, and then Spain defended that well, but then won the corner from the unforced error.
Borja Llorens with the great piece of defensive work on the back stick. Now, here we go again. Taylor, and to his right is Banderak this time. It's gone to Taylor, and it's a good save, up and over.
It was a good save. He went to ground very early, the goalkeeper then. So as you see the flick come in, he drops to his knees and just reacts when from the ball.
Gonzalez, as we have 7:20 remaining in the match. Gonzalez showing his pace, coming across, trying to make the tackle is Creed. Play on, says umpire Tomlinson.
And we're now seeing defending from England we didn't see in the first half.
Goal wins the free hit. Roper takes it quickly. Roper trying to go around the back. Sanchez is there again. Creed. Tackle from Fares deemed to be fair. On the reverse stick, across it comes. And James Gould can't get the deflection.
Did very well then to get in front of his man to look to place it at goal. So Roper got backhand across. He got in front of his defender. Just unfortunately couldn't get it on target.
Time stopped as the keeper needs to do some running repairs to his kit. So Phil Roper's had a good game for England. Goalkeeper's okay.
We've seen in this tournament there's 6 minutes to go, but I think there's still plenty of goalmouth action to come from both these two teams.
Creed's first touch doesn't do him any favours, invites the pressure from Makada. Creed does well. Space in the middle of the park for Jonathan Gould. Gould to Roper, just needed a bit more speed on the ball so Roper could get going early enough. Gould, chances there to be for England? No.
Well defended Spain, because they were on the back foot then. There was a great ball in from Roper across. They just couldn't quite get the trap on. So Gould had taken it. He had a man on the far side, but he tried to find, which was Albury, I think it was. And just the defend. Well, there were 4 defenders around him. He had no chance then in the end.
It was whether or not Gould leaves the initial ball and Albury's in round the back, I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Jonathan Gould to James Gould. And then Sharp coming at pace. No way through. Now it's Spain's turn. The last charge, isn't it? Gonzalez up against ball. Penalty corner coming. And now it's Spain's turn to have a chance to win it.
I think it clipped Creed's foot as the Spanish player played that back. Umpire did play it on a little longer, so there was any advantage. But you see the ball, he played it back in, just got behind, and I think when that ball was played back in here, just in front of Creed there, he just tapped that onto the ankle of Creed.
So Roper's looking a little weary. England have got to defend this penalty corner here if they can. De Frutos and Mercado. So, De Frutos nearest the camera. Mercado the other side of him. And this one is going to Mercado. Good save, a chance though for Gonzalez on the follow-up. Another penalty corner.
Gonzalez decided not to hit that first time. Most were done. He's just happy now to just get the reward. So here have again, it comes out onto the left castle, flicks, Gibson plays that down. It did come off Griffiths there, but as he's there waiting, just places it on a foot.
So same two. Mercado and De Frutos. Now, this one I think is going to De Frutos. The injector's just opened up his stance. No, Mercado once again. And Sanchez to Gonzalez. Gonzalez scores! And Spain are in front with 3 minutes remaining.
So it was mistrapped at the top, but Sanchez, I think, stayed very calm on the ball and laid the ball out to the right for Sanchez to hit that. So as he comes in, it's mistrapped here. Sanchez does really well then to pick out Gonzalez, and in it goes.
Well, actually, is it Gonzalez who gets the final shot here?
No, I don't think it is.
I don't think it is, actually. Let's have another look. I think it's number 18, De Frutos.
And England have gone to a kicking back with the investors just coming on with Sharp.
So De Frutos getting the goal, his first of the competition. And I'm sure he won't mind. Spain are in front. And the England keeper, as David Fulton has just pointed out, is off. Kicking back is Luke Taylor. So England, who've had arguably the better of the second half, fall behind. Now, can they find a response? Goals coming in at the far post. There's the chance. Oh dear. And a calm head required from Joe Sharp. And he didn't have it.
Proctor did the right thing. He carried it further along the line, laid that back. Was missed by Farrington, and Joe Sharp had plenty of time. He could have actually taken that and looked to put the ball back across the goal.
Oh, bad miss now. Good field. Goal looking at the penalty corner. Nice skill from Goal. Can he get it back? It's a long corner.
Good defending from Spain there.
Spain now on a counter-attack. James Gore, is there to be a last twist in the tail? Good field. No, free hit for Spain. Well, David, you said there'd be more goalmouth action. There has been, but England... Well, Sanchez is going to be warned here, taking his time. Will England get another chance? They had a chance, didn't they, against New Zealand? Banderat missing an open goal.
Yeah, and they've had, what, 2 chances now, even since they've lost the third goal.
In trouble here, though. in real trouble here, England. No keeper, remember. Oh, Bull, take a bow. That's fantastic defending.
They recovered really well for the team then.
And the Spanish player guilty of just not pulling the trigger when you get in the circle. 30 seconds remain. It's the last throw of the dice here for England. It's going to be dispatched down the far end. That's not the percentage ball on the reverse stick from Proctor. And England are going to lose this 13th, 14th playoff match. Last few seconds, and there is the final hooter. And it's 67th minute despair and heartbreak for England. They were 2 down after 20 minutes. They fought back to level it after 44 and then had arguably the better chances towards the end of that match. But a penalty corner for Spain was converted after the trap was a poor one at the top of the circle. And Alejandro de Frutos, the captain of Spain, was on hand to dispatch past a diving Harry Gibson, and that was the difference between the two sides. Disappointment for England. It hasn't been as fruitful of a campaign as they would have wanted to. Same could be said for Spain, but they end on a high. The final score in the final match for these two: England 2, Spain 3. So that is the end of the road at the Hero Hockey Junior World Cup for England and Spain. And Dave Fulmer still alongside me. Disappointment for both sides, but I don't know if Spain did enough, but they were certainly more threatening in front of goal.
Yeah, they were, and that was the difference. You know, I think England did do well second half. They got hold of the ball far quicker. They created the chances, and I don't think they have any complaints of the chances they had. But all credit, Spain took advantage of that counter-attack hockey we talked about earlier.
Okay, let's have a look at some of the highlights then from this second half. I remember Spain were 2-1 up at this point. The penalty stroke given for the stick block. And Andy Bull, the England captain, dispatching it to the keeper's right to make it 2-2. Then England looked the more threatening of the two sides. A nice ball in from Proctor, just missed at the far stick. And Proctor again, feeding into Gaul. Gaul doing really well, putting it across, and really good defending from Borja Llorens. But then this was the deciding moment between the two sides. Gonzalez, we thought it was his goal originally, but de Frutos taking the glory, putting it in on the strong six. Sanchez does well, doesn't lose his concentration or panic. And delight for Xavier now. That goal coming 3.5 minutes from time, and England not enough time to get the equaliser to take us to a shootout. So we can now go to the post-match presentation with the Bayern Sem.
Yes, Saturday the 14th, proving to be lucky for Spain, who seal up the 13th spot thanks to a riveting 3-2 victory over England in the Hero Junior World Cup. Now joining me for this post-match presentation ceremony is Mr. Leandro Negre, who's of course president of the International Hockey Federation, and he'll be giving away the Hero Man of the Match trophy and a check of 12,000 rupees to Ricardo Sanchez of the Spanish team. Ricardo, it's been a tough World Cup for you, Junior World Cup, but good to finish it on a good note.
Yeah, I think I'm happy for this match, but not for all the tournament, because I think my team and me could did it better, and I think isn't enough. No, the 13th position for this tournament, and I don't know how to say.
Well, you finished 13th, but before the tournament began, what was the position that the whole team was aiming for, really?
Our aim was to be in the first or in the second position of our group and play for the 8 first teams.
Well, you had a tough pool to deal with, but the last couple of victories must give you a lot of confidence going forward, both as a team as an individual.
What? Repeat, please.
The last couple of matches, the victories must have given you a lot of confidence for the future.
Yeah, maybe. I think we can do it better in the future.
Well, hard luck about the overall tournament and congratulations for having won this match.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, congratulations to Ricardo Sanchez, who's had a very good tournament, great defender, and hopefully Spanish hockey doesn't have too many more funding cuts. We'll see a lot more of that young man in the future, but the team delighted to pick up the Man of the Match award. They're having a photo, and of course Leandro Negre from Barcelona, so he'll be more than happy to have a little chat with Ricardo Sanchez, who now joins his team with his Player of the Match award. Let's have a look at the stats then from the final match for England and Spain. England dominating possession in the opponent's half. They had the more circle penetrations, but look, they only had 5 shots compared to 10 shots for Spain and 15 circle penetrations, 3 goals. So Spain doing much more with their possession. So that's it for me today. We'll be back with Argentina, who are playing South Africa next in the 11th and 12th spot. Then it's Pakistan against India. What a game that promises to be. That's at 8 o'clock this evening local time in about 2 hours and 50 minutes time. Let us know your thoughts of everything. Facebook, FIH Hockey, or FIH_hockey, hashtag HJWC on Twitter. So Spain are delighted with their final victory. It wasn't the competition they wanted, but they've beaten England by 3 goals to 2. Bye-bye.